Hey, DeFi IoT, I want to talk a little bit tonight about the 5G network with Helium. It seems that's the way that we're going to go now with HIT 51 being passed, and within like July, there's going to be another token issued. You're going to earn double. You're going to HNT, another token you're going to get for having 5G. There's also a new outdoor small cell that came out, and there's a great bonus you can get on it right now if you act while there's still in supply, I would imagine. And you can actually get these now. I've held off on these because I thought maybe we could pick these up later, that maybe Bobcat or others would come out with their 5G, and then we could get cheaper than the actual $2,500 or $3,500 for an outdoor, indoor. But it looks like FreedomFi is in fact locked in with Helium, and we're going to have to buy through FreedomFi or their assigned distributors like CalChip, which I don't like, but I'm going to pick up two of them. I already have the base station, and I did not purchase any more. It was kind of a scam to kind of run on us, but paid for the money, and yet I didn't get the opportunity to buy them anymore. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these devices in the United States, and we'll see what happens with them, especially now that we're going to get two different payouts for it. Let's talk a little bit about that, how you can get these right now. And there's actually a great discount where you can get like $650 off if you buy the Bobber 500 and the new CBRS Outdoor. Let's talk about it right now. So there's a lot of controversy out there right now over the recent HIT 51 passing with Helium. Helium's focus appears to be moving towards 5G, and rightly so. They have, you know, with Pollen Mobile, they have Nox and Phantom, other networks out there competing in that 5G arena for the cellular coverage. The understanding something about 5G is that in the cellular system, the 5G works smoother if they can offload that data, right? And so what Helium will be providing, and I don't really understand the other projects that well yet, though I will look into them this week and do videos as well on the other competitors with Helium that are competing for that same 5G network, and you can buy devices and so forth. In fact, with Pollen Mobile, they're all sold out. You got to get on a waiting list right now. However, the systems work good with the typical cell phone providers when those cell phone providers like AT&T or whoever, right, can offload their data. And that's where these Helium 5G networks or these other competitors will step in and fulfill a purpose, right? So what happened was with HIT 51 is it divides out basically the 5G network from the 4G network, which was just specifically IoT, right? Now you're going to get into 5G, Web3, and the future. Now, 5G is deeper to get into, right? You're going to pay, if you go in now, you can buy, there's a special right now. Actually, FreedomFi has a special with Bobcat and their Bobber 500. And basically what FreedomFi is offering is they have this radio. It's the radio, basically. It's, if you go by, you see the towers, and you see these kind of like rectangular devices in a circle, right? Or even just up there. Those are 5G. Right, and they're 5G radio towers, what they are. Well, they have these small cell towers, these smaller ones you can buy. They're a lot less money. You can buy Outdoor, which just came out today, actually. Well, by the time you're seeing this video, it's been out a couple days. So it came out on this last weekend. Let's put it this way: the Outdoor, but that's going to run you like $2,500. You can buy an Indoor, which is $1,500, and I would assume, because I don't have any yet, I have the actual base station, right? And the base station, you got to pay another $1,000. So you had the FreedomFi base station everybody's fighting for, and we got in that whole ruckus too of the FreedomFi, and we kind of got shammed on that, especially with CalChip, not necessarily FreedomFi, but with CalChip. And I didn't buy the actual radio station, right? I didn't buy the small cell because I thought maybe they might come down, but it looks like FreedomFi is in bed with Helium, and they're all going to come through FreedomFi at this point. Others will be able to make a base station. Now, base station can mine regular 4G, right? That's fine. It can mine IoT. So what basically HIT 51 did is it divided out the 4G network and the 5G network and created two different tokens. You're going to have an IoT token, it's called IoT. And then you're going to have a mobile token that is going to be the Helium token. And I wonder if it, they kind of put that name because one of their, a growing company with Poland Mobile right now kind of helps that incentive, or if even, and maybe I guess you could say, the fact that Helium is now going to go after a wider base, which is the cellular data, the cell phone, right? Now, something is widely misunderstood, and somebody who I've met before, especially in Las Vegas recently, and I think he misunderstood this, but, Helium came out with a percentage of what kind of industry would Helium would fulfill going forward with this HIT 51. And it only showed like 1.2, 1.3% in IoT. So people are understanding that as being, hey, we're only going to get 1.2, 1.3% of all these tokens that are going to be paid out to us. Well, actually, it's changing. It's not going to be HNT necessarily that's going to be being paid out to us. It's going to be different tokens that we can trade for HNT. And the HNT value will obviously rise due to having different networks. That's why instead of being now the Internet of Things, they're going to be, the people's network. They're going to be now the network of networks. So with this in mind, you have this opportunity to get involved with 5G. Now, listening to the World Economic Forum, and this is something we do here at DeFi IoT that's very different than many other YouTubers out there. And we're slow and growing because I think people need to get out there and see that, hey, we actually tried our hardest to stay really in tune with what's going on politically and economically, not just what's in the crypto space, but that all affects the crypto space, right? And that's what's really affecting crypto space right now, in causing the crypto market to head down with the stock market, which it shouldn't be doing. Really, if it was truly decentralized, it should not be doing that. However, that's a whole another video. The World Economic Forum met a few weeks ago in Davos, Switzerland, and I mentioned before in the videos they talked about cryptocurrencies. They actually had a cryptocurrency platform, which they announced would be the last time they would do it because it was very positive. And they're not very positive cryptocurrency. They're very positive in a digital currency. A digital currency they can control and it's very centralized and it's actually a closed network, right? They control it and it's not transparent. Whereas crypto is an open source network. It's open. We can see it. Now, one thing that got mentioned, though, was some things they want to do to be able to track our data and our carbon footprints and so forth. Things I don't like, but they did mention when they felt the 6G would be ready. Now, that's already being worked on, 6G. It's kind of funny because 5G is not even really here. It's in the U.S. mainly, right? But 6G has already been talked about. 6G is already being tried to be developed. And with 6G, it's going to take it to another level where you won't even have a cell phone anymore. You'll basically have a chip that's planted in your brain. You'll have a pair of glasses on and that'll be your screen. And, everything will happen that way, right? You don't even touch anything. You'll just think of a phone number. Your database will come up and you pick it, maybe blink. I don't know what it's going to be, but they were explaining this. So they're talking about 6G coming out. That's what I want to get to. If I'm going to pay right now for a 5G and I'm going to pay, $2,400 or $3,000, $3,500 for a 5G. How long am I going to get with this? Someone's got into the 4G and we still haven't, some people still not got their devices yet. I just got some devices we ordered well over a year ago and now we haven't got them installed and, look what's happening with Helium. However, the 5G network, the 6G network is not going to roll out until they're calculating about 2030. Now, that's the whole agenda of the World Economic Forum, that you'll own nothing, you'll be happy, et cetera, et cetera. We have videos on that as well. But they're talking about we have basically 6 to 8 years until we're going to start seeing 6G probably start to roll out here in the U.S., right? Like 5G is rolling out here basically first. Will there still be an IoT network? Yes, but it's going to be a fraction going forward of what 4G is going to be used for, and Helium's original devices will be used for. That market will still exist. What is going to exist in the U.S.? Well, U.S. will continue to grow, Europe will grow, but you have these Latin countries that they're well behind. In fact, in Ecuador, we're still using 2 and 3G. So 4G is still going to give us a few more years. Plus, we can go out and find third-party users for the 4G. So we're going to continue to develop, but forming partners and alliances with providers and so forth, and kind of sharing that cost and 4G in Latin America. I will buy I will purchase the next few weeks a few 5G devices from Helium. I'll get probably the Bobcat miner, and I have the base station already for Freedom 5. But they have the sale right now that you can get $650 off if you buy the new Bobber 500, as well as the, and I'll try to put the link down below, as well as you buy the small cell device from Helium. They'll knock off like $600 on that, which is actually a pretty decent, that's the outdoor, that's the new outdoor, by the way, right? So what's the advantage of the outdoor? There's not enough out there yet to give you data on that. So if you can take an indoor and put it, encase it and set it outdoor, like we did with the 4Gs, I would imagine you could do the same things. You can want to make sure your temperature is good, etc. So I'll put this link down below. And basically, you know, I kind of think that, you know, if you can get it, right now you can buy these. They're in stock. Yeah, a little more expensive. The Paul and the others, people like to be around that $500 range, and you're kind of used to that. They don't feel like, hey, I'm taking a big bite if I lose, especially like the people like with Planet Watch that lost $330. Oh, well, I lost one. I had one or two. It's okay. I lost that. It's the people who really tried to invest in these companies are getting bitten. Now, the thing is that the 1.2, 1.3% that they're showing in that little graph of IoT going forward is not the payout. The IoT is going to be a separate industry by itself. It's going to be a separate network by itself. The cellular network and the DPN network, where we want to maintain privacy, is going to be what's coming forward and growing. And that's what Helium wants to be a part of. That's what they're projecting there. So we need to get that clear. Okay. So we'll clarify that, and we'll leave it at that in this video. Well, look, what do I think is going to happen with Helium? They're already there. What's going to happen with their 800,000 plus hotspots that are out there? When they can't really tick off the whole community, they've got to maintain that too. And, you know, for them to think that they're going to get 800,000 5Gs now and they're much more expensive, that's not going to happen. And they're not basing it off of that either. So I think you're going to have a lot less device sales, and you're going to have competitors coming out that are going to be cheaper in how they actually structure the device sales. Because you can buy bigger, like with PoleMobile, you get like $7,000 device, $7,500 device, plus like $1,000, $1,500 for somebody certified to install that device. And then others feed off of that, right? And we may look into something of that nature. We're talking to another company right now, maybe doing a joint venture with them in that. So we'll keep you posted on the PoleMobile. And we'll pick up maybe a few of them ourselves, those $500 hours, if we can get them. I'm not going to wait a long time, though. I'm not going to do what we did for Helium. I learned a lot with Helium. I learned a lot with Planet Watch. I'm going to do things a little different. Now, PoleMobile, I did talk to you guys clear back in January. It was only in the Bay Area of California. And I said I was going to get back to you on it and look into it. I started reading the white paper. And I just kind of, you know, I'll be honest with you, I kind of looked at it and thought, you know, the name of all these things are kind of like this, no offense, but they're kind of this hippie project. I thought, this is kind of a joke. They're throwing it out there to be a competitor. And I think they were just playing. People are starting to take them serious. So I'm going to look at them and look into this more and see how much we invest into this company and get a few of these devices. I'm going to pick up 4 5Gs, not 40, just 4. And we're going to do some of that in the US with 5Gs and the Freedom 5s. And I'll pick up a couple bobbers. Pick up maybe 2 bobbers and 1 more Freedom 5 in the whole set. I've already got 1 Freedom 5, so we'll just hook those up. It's in a box still. It's been sitting there for months. And I just, you know, really kind of got discouraged on it. And we focused in South America. So DeFi IoT, look, the 5G works. They don't have to carry. Oh, by the way, they have a new package that came out today of SIM cards now for Freedom 5 that you can buy that work on the system. So something else to look into. I'm going to get more information on this too and get out to you with this information. So DeFi IoT, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, please. Stay with us. We're going to keep rolling forward with things, and we're going to keep experimenting, but we're going to be much more analytical in what we do. DeFi IoT, we'll see you in the next video. We hope you enjoyed this segment of our video with DeFi IoT. Remember, we're not professional advisors. We do this as a business, as a hobby, and we study, we experiment, and we want to share it with you. If you can get some benefit from this, great. What we do is we go out, we purchase with our own money, and we experiment to see what true results are. We want you to be able to share in our experiences so you don't have to lose like we have. If you can win where we've won, fantastic. Remember,
to do your own research and your own homework. It's very important before you make any decisions. We will see you in our next video.